All right. What up, people? Welcome back to Knuckles Family and Friends presents Nani, a podcast where we discuss everything going on in the anime culture world, anime discussions, all that type of stuff right there. And today, well, first, I'm your host, Knuckles, aka Laserman Video Games, as you know. And today I got a special guest right here. This guy is an OG anime lover, OG comic lover, OG nerd lover. He's one third of the Vibes Over Everything podcast right there. I got my man, Coach Kaiser, right here. I call him Coach Kaiser
Coach
because the Marvel Rivals and
Kaiser.
shit like
Coach
that.
Kaiser, I'm weak. What up? What up? Knuckles, what's the vibes, man?
What's going on, man? What's going on? Chilling, man. Chilling. So, like, every time I have like a new guest on my show, I want to say, like, how we met, how we interacted right there. So, I met you through Sparks. Who I met Sparks at a Anime NYC after party of 2023, and then I met you
Mhm.
guys, the rest of you guys, at DreamCon this past year, 2024, right there. So, and
Yes,
obviously we
sir.
we clicked right there. Got to know each other. And then we've been on Marvel Rivals for like God knows how many times right there. And bro, we played Marvel Rivals last night. Man, it wasn't pretty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we won our first match. Like we won our first match, but everything after that, man, like it was bad because it was me, Harley, Jabari, my friend Rachel. So it's four of us, right? Me, Jabari, and Harley were like the healers, and my friend Rachel, she was the duelist, right? And we had this two other. It can be either be a duelist or a tank. She was trying to kill the healers, as she should. You want to kill the healers in the backline right there, right? But like our partners
Absolutely.
were not doing shit. Like me, Harley, and Jabari were trying to heal everybody right there. Whereas, like I said, my friend Rachel, she was trying to kill people in the backline right there, the healers. But our other duelists and tanks weren't doing shit. So it's like it just we couldn't get it done right there. But like I said, one match, our partners were shit. Other matches, the others were just better than us. Like no, like we can't do anything about that. Like yeah, this seems just too good right there. We just got our ass kicked right there. So I got demoted back to gold two. So I was at
Fuck,
gold one. I was at gold
man.
one.
He was right there. Damn, bro. Damn. That's how I go though, man. Like Marvel Rivals, the matchmaking, ridiculous. And I don't know, for me personally, like when I play that game at night solo queue, it's like I get paired up with the shitters. Nothing but trash teammates that just it was so bad one time. Me and Gene was rocking, and we literally got paired with these guys who all insta lock DPS. And we're like, yo, Gene is the only tank. I'm healing, so I can't switch. I'm like, yo, somebody go tank. We need another tank.
Yep.
I'm like, why y'all so scared? Homie Dev replied, it was like, nobody's scared. We just play what we want to play. I'm like, bro, go to quick play if you want to do that shit. Like, I'm trying to
Exactly.
win. What the fuck you mean?
Exactly.
What you think? Like, I don't mind healing, but my nigga, I want to be MVP with bad kills too. But nah,
Exactly.
fuck all that. I want to win. Like, if I got to heal or tank to win, I'll do it. Like, fuck that. Bro.
The worst
Yeah,
part
it'd be
is
like
when
that.
they try, oh, let me try this one new character. I'm like, why are you trying a new character in competitive matches, bro? I'm trying to win. If you're gonna be trying new characters, go to quick match. Go to
Go
quick
to
match right
quick
there, man.
play,
But
man.
like I said, I think the problem is a lot of people are like, you know what, let me get the most kills. I'm like, that's not the objective right there. We're trying to capture the point right there. Like, you can't be, oh, let me get the most kills. Like, no, it doesn't work like that, man. Like, people don't know how to play the game. Like, team chemistry is important in this game, and they don't seem to understand that, and it's frustrating.
Yeah, man. I had a conversation with one of the homies, and he was like, man, like, I feel he said he felt like Apex was worse, and I was like, nah, bro. Like, well, we was talking about the matchmaking, and I'm like, yo, I think Apex matchmaking not that good, but at least in
I heard about
Apex,
that.
it's not that. Yeah, it's not as dependent on team chemistry. Like, if you're just nice with the gun, you could just carry your team. You feel what I'm saying? But this game, you can't have a team of 6 DPS and win. That'll never
No,
happen, bro.
no, no, absolutely not.
You literally need people playing certain roles and doing their job. You will not, you just can't thug it out in this game. So I'm like, yo, that's the main difference. It ain't the matchmaking is bad in both games, but Apex, if you nice, you nice. You could carry
Yeah,
your team to victory. Not this
exactly.
game.
You
Can't
can't
do it
like
in this
almost
game.
like maybe one person doesn't have to do anything, but it's like if you have two people on your team that are not doing shit, you're not gonna win. Like you can say, "Oh, well,
Exactly.
four more than two." Yeah, but like if those people are not doing their jobs, chances of winning are kind of some right there. Because I said, me, Rachel, Harlan, Jabari, we're able to like be like, hey, you healer, you duels, you take. We're able to like flip, right? But like these other two people, it's just like,
Yeah,
nah, I want to stay with them. I'm like, man, fuck y'all. Y'all the reason why we losing anyway, right there. But it is what it is.
that's
So
a
I don't want to talk
fact.
about too much on Marvel Rise right now. But before we start our
Yes, sir.
topic, just want you to know, like, how did you, what's your origin story? How did you become, this anime, gaming, comic book lover right there? Like I said, every new person I have on the show, I need to know their origin story right here.
I bet. So on me, I mean, since I was a child, I was into games like Mario's like the very first. I'm a Nintendo head. I had like every single Nintendo system, and Mario's my favorite game character ever. So it
Okay.
really kicked off with that, and then through that, I was like obsessed with cartoons. So I was always watching like Tom and Jerry, X Men. You know what I'm saying? Whatever cartoon was popping at the time, and I had a older brother. Well, he like a family friend, but I know him all my life, so
Yeah,
I
no, I
call him
got
like my older brother. He was heavy on the anime, and he really introduced me and Gene to the anime life. So it really started off with Dragon Ball. It was that, and then from there it was like Pokemon, which as kids we didn't really look at Pokemon as an anime at the time, but it's for sure anime.
Yeah, it is. And it was Pokemon Day
Yu-Gi-Oh.
recently too.
Exactly. So Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh. I was tuning into Sailor Moon, Yu Yu Hakusho, Cowboy Bebop. Then when Tsunami popped, it was over with. Yu Yu
Yeah,
Hakusho, Inuyasha, all that, and it
yeah.
just spiraled from there. You know what I'm saying?
No, I
So it,
like
it
that.
really
Like
was like an introduction through the homie. Yeah.
I'm kind of similar too, right there. I've talked about this before. Like I said, it was my older sister, older brother that got me into anime. The first anime I watched was okay. I don't want to say it's the first anime I watched. 'Cause I think the first one I watched was technically Speed Racer, but like what got me into it was Dragon Ball
Mhm.
Z and Sailor Moon. That's I'm like, oh shit, anime. It's hot. This is when it was on early in the morning, right there, at 7 o'clock in the morning before you go to school. This is before Tsunami.
Yeah.
That's why I said we're OGs right
Wow.
there. If y'all know WB in the morning, Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z came out back to back right there. That was before Tsunami right there. So just that's how far it goes right there.
Showing age right now.
Yeah,
God damn.
I don't kill you. I don't care, man. First, of all, I don't look at my age at all. So like, I'm happy with that as well. So you know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's fire. That's how you should live. I
Exactly,
respect
because
that.
we're black. I mean, we're like people ask, "Oh, how are you so young?" Because I'm black. That's why. Like, we keep it a beat right
You
there.
don't
Like,
crack.
exactly right there. But so as Kaiser said, Dragon Ball Z was his first. Oh, Dragon Ball was his first anime, which ties into our conversation right there. So Dragon Ball Daima just recently ended on February 28th, right there. And me and Kai's gonna, give us our thoughts about it right there. What this means for the future Dragon Ball series, and rest in peace to Akira Toriyama right there. This was his last, piece right now before he passed away. This past Friday was his anniversary right there with Seth right there. And I gotta say, Dragon Ball Daima ended off strong right there, But like I said, before we get into that, let's talk about it from the beginning right there. What were your thoughts headed into this season of Dragon Ball Daima? Because it's based on Goku and his pals turning into kids right there, and had to get the Dragon Balls back to turn back into their regular age right there. It kind of reminded me of like some GT a little bit right there, even though GT wasn't like my favorite, but like it had its moments right there. But like I feel as though this series kind of remind me of both Dragon Ball and GT together right there. A little bit of Z as well right there. But so, what were your thoughts headed into this series? Were you nervous about it? Were you like excited about it? Like what were your thoughts headed into this thing?
I'll tell you about me, man. I was neutral. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that is, I mean I'm a Dragon Ball fan, so anything they drop, I'm a tap in. I'm gonna see what's going on. But um, I didn't have. I'm not gonna say I didn't have high hopes, but
Yeah,
I knew what I was about to see. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't go into it. I wasn't expecting Dragon Ball Daima, I should say, to have like a Death Note level storyline. That's not what Dragon Ball does. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
That's not where the Dragon Ball story lies. That's not where the magic happens. You feel what I'm saying? So with me, I tell people like this: with Dragon Ball, what you see is what you get. If you've been watching Dragon Ball for years, you already know what's gonna happen. You know what you tapping into it for. So if you go into it with these high expectations, you just disappointing yourself because
mhm,
Dragon Ball as a whole is it's on a victory lap. This is literally a victory lap, and I expected, we were gonna get new forms. It was gonna be an event. I didn't know that it would. Well, no, I knew once they revealed that, oh, they got turned into kids. I was like, oh, okay, they're going back to the roots. You know what I'm saying? So I I was like, all right, cool. I knew what I was expecting from that. I knew what was gonna happen, not in terms of the story itself, but in terms of, new transformations, more fights, dope animation. I knew what I was gonna get. So I tapped in with that thought in mind.
Yeah, I'm the same way too. Like I wouldn't expect anything like too big right there. Like I was saying, like standard Dragon Ball Z, good animation, and I will say this: the visuals was definitely like were great because I know the last Dragon Ball we got was now people aren't much heroes, but like even go back to like Super, good animation visuals right there. But I feel as though the visuals here were a lot better than Super's visuals and animation as well too. It kind of showed a little bit of like of Dragon Ball superhero visuals as well. Like, not saying it was the whole like toy animation stuff like that. Like, we saw like a little bit of that going on when they're in the ships and whatnot right there. But yeah, I didn't have like huge expectations, but like I'm like it's gonna be a good series right there. I'm mature right there. I said they're kids, okay, cool. So I mean, like I said, I didn't have like the highest expectations. Like I said, I didn't want to set myself for failure right there. But I mean, it was still like I said, it was still said. Was it the greatest thing in the world? No, but like for what we got as Dragon Ball fans, because I feel as though this series was for Dragon Ball fans only. Like, if you're a new anime, I don't know, I would recommend this to you guys right there. Like, first of all, you're gonna be confused. You're gonna be like, wait, what's this Majin Buu like all the time? So like, yeah, you're gonna be confused. But speaking of Majin Buu, this series does take place after the Majin Buu saga, before Super right there. So like right before Super. So like there's gonna be no beers, no golden freezer right there. So it's like I said, it's a brand new or which is like it's a canon too. They said it was canon, which kind of surprised me as well, because I'm like, what can they pull from this onto like the actual time I read that? I was very confused about that. But I said we're getting right to it right there. But what were your takes on everything, right?
There you go. Go ahead.
Okay, okay. So like that first episode right there, what were your takes on this Goma character and Supreme Kai's brother Degasi? What was your thoughts on those guys when you first saw in that first episode?
My thoughts on it again, like I said before, this is, it's typical Dragon Ball stuff. They introduce these new characters who while I will say they have a part in the story, they're not the reason we're tuning in every week. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't expecting much. With their introductions, what I do like is the consistent jokes that they have, like Goku consistently calling homie by the wrong name, like
Yeah,
on purpose. That's very classic,
Goku.
Dragon Ball Goku. That's very classic him. So in the sense of what they added to the story when it comes to humor, I enjoyed it for sure. Other than that, though, yeah, it's regular. I wasn't expecting no crazy. Oh, this is such and such brother, and he destroy planets and do. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't expecting nothing wild like that, no wild and crazy
Mm.
thing like that. But it my thing with Dragon Ball is I will always like to see it expand more in terms of uh, creative storytelling. But again, that's not where Dragon Ball's strength lies. You know what I'm saying? It really, like I said before, it's a fan letter to the fans. You know what I'm saying? This is what y'all want. We giving it to y'all because y'all requested it. Um, did it leave more questions than it answered? Yeah, for sure. But the Dragon Ball's job is to get y'all arguing in the comments about which form of Boo is stronger, Kid Boo or Super Boo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's to get you to wonder what Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta would look like. That's what it does. That's how Dragon Ball has been, the greatest of all time, honestly. And I'm not mad at nobody who does view it as the greatest of all time, or even if you
yeah.
think it's not the greatest of all time. The legacy is left. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You just can't overlook that. You know what I'm saying? You can't overlook it.
Well, I think the thing for me when it comes to Dragon Ball, like I said, I'm a Dragon Ball fanboy, and I'll defend it to this day. But it's like for me, it's like what makes me mad is when people say it's overrated. And let me tell you, well, let me explain, right? I don't like when people say it's overrated because for this one reason. Without the success of Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon, we wouldn't be getting anime here in the West at all. I don't want to say we would not get it, but I feel as though they set the trend of like having other animes cross over here to America right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying you have to love it. I'm not saying you have to like it, but first you have to respect its success. Because like I said, without that success right there, probably never got Inuyasha here, Yu Yu Hakusho, Yu-Gi-Oh. I mean, never said, but I feel as though they set the trend of like success of anime here in the West right there. So I feel so we have to like show we have to give credit to the OGs right there. Like I said, without them, I don't know we'd be watching and we probably would be watching anime, but we probably would not be getting, these cons made right there. So I feel as though we have to like, show our flowers to Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon. That's just my opinion though about it.
Oh yeah, no, I agree with you. Me personally, though, I just understand it's a sign of the times. You know what I'm saying? What we
Yeah.
know the impact of a Dragon Ball and a Sailor Moon, but for the next generation, their Dragon Ball and Sailor Moon is a Naruto. It's a
Yeah.
Nana. It's a that's what it is for them. You know what I mean? It's just a passing of the torch in a sense. It's kind of like rap. Like for my generation, Tupac, Biggie, Jay Z, they was like the greatest ever.
Yeah.
But before them, it was like Slick Rick. But you think the new generation want to hear that? Hills and heels and gills. They don't want to hear that. Like
No, they don't.
it don't mean that Slick Rick was
They don't.
trash. It's just that's
No.
not their thing. You feel me? So I understand where that energy comes from. But you absolutely right in terms of like you gotta salute the Dragon Balls, the Sailor Moons, the ones that did it first. You for sure gotta big them up and just have a sense of understanding that if they ain't do what they did, then we wouldn't be in the space where we at now, where we're getting new legendary anime like Demon Slayer and Attack on Titan, all of those new joints that's dropping that everybody's obsessed with. You feel me? It kind of starts at the like you said, especially if you talk about in the West over here. It starts at the Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, Yu Yu Hakusho, that type of thing.
Mm, yeah. Now, one of the new things that we got in this series was I don't want to say if it's new because I think it has been mentioned before, but like it has been mentioned before, but like what were your thoughts on, introduced to like the demon realm? I could have sworn the demon realm was introduced or heard about in like Dragon Ball, and then it was mentioned in Dragon Ball Heroes as well too. But like I feel as though learn about the demon realm, learn about the Namekian's past right there, learn about Supreme Kai's birth because I feel as though with Supreme Kai, like when we first saw the guy, we're like, oh, this guy is like, yo, this guy is mad. Seriously, this guy can be mad powerful. It's turned out to be a bit sorry right there, right? But like in this series right there, he didn't fight much, but like he was definitely like I think he was an important piece, even though he wasn't much of a fighter in this series. But like he was so important, just telling Goku, his birth, telling him about the whole demon where he came from and stuff like that. So I feel as though it was pretty cool learning about Supreme Kai, which I think his name is Shin. Was his
Mhm.
name?
Yeah,
Name is Shin
yeah,
right there because we never got his real name. We always call him the Supreme Kai right there. So it was cool learning about his birth as well. Then seeing the Neva that making right there because they were part of the second demon world right there. So he's been around for a long time. So it's like we see where all like these, I guess we call them demons, that we see where they actually came from in this series right there. So like I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was a pretty cool introduction to the new world right there.
yeah. With again, like I said before, Dragon Ball's on that victory lap, right? So all it's doing now is giving the fans what they want, and they're sort of diving into a little bit of the Supreme Kai's backstory, a little bit of the origins of the Namekians and things of that nature. It's all to keep the communities keep the community talking. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been what 30 plus years or however many years. No, it's been like I want to say 15, something like that, years since like Dragon Ball came to an end with GT and all of that. Um, but is it something that I needed? No, because to be honest with you, I really didn't care about the Supreme Kai's origins because I was never a fan of him.
I
So
don't think anybody was a fan of him right there, to be honest with you, right
yeah.
there. So it's like I don't know if this series was trying to get me to be like, hey, let's get fans to like Supreme Kai because, like I said, he never really had a impact at all. He was just that one guy who was like, oh, we're hyping it up. Piccolo got scared, and he's like, yeah, who this guy again? He's like a forgettable
Exactly.
character right there.
He was just the guy who witnessed Boo's transformations. That was literally it. But was it interesting though? And did I, look into it in terms of watching and keeping in tune with it? Yeah, absolutely. But again, it didn't make me feel like, oh, I respect the Supreme Kai more now. Oh, the Demon Realm, I respect it more. It's like I,
Now you
I
still
I
like,
originally was looking at the Demon Realm as like the infinite, what was it? Infinite hell for losers or whatever the
yeah,
English straight called it.
yeah, exactly,
I
yeah,
was looking at it like that. So it was a funny thing that they brought that into light, man. But I think what would have helped my interest in terms of Dragon Ball just continuing is if they really dived into characters that we cared about. You know what I'm saying? Or characters that we really did find interesting. Like you said, in the beginning when we met the Supreme Kai, we thought he was interesting because I remember Piccolo asking him, like, yo, you the Grand Kai? He said, no, I'm the Supreme Kai. And we like, oh, like, the
yeah.
fuck?
He got
But
scared. Like he got
mm,
scared, just stood there like he was
yeah,
shook.
he was shook. So we did think he had something going on, but nah, they put the focus on characters we didn't really care for like that. You know what I'm saying? To me, that was like putting the focus on. I don't know if you remember Poir, the pig that used to run
Oh
around with him in the
yeah,
original Dragon. It's like bringing interest back into him when Dragon Ball Z he was damn near useless. It's like nah, bro, we
yeah.
we ain't care about you for years. You know what I'm saying?
No,
So
we
we
did
don't
not. We did
we don't
not.
need no Dragon Ball though. He was the truth, but
Yeah, he
Dragon Ball
was.
Z on, nah. You was in the commie house with the rest of them, watching what's
Exactly.
going on. That's it.
Mhm.
So that's how I kind of looked at Supreme Kai and some of the newer characters that popped up. Then the Namek enjoying there was a little bit of a detachment there, only through the strength of Piccolo and Nail and
Yeah.
when they went to playing in Namek for the original Dragon Balls, it was we definitely paid attention to that, but.
Yeah,
You know,
it was interesting. Like I said, I just feel as though Supreme Kai was there for like, he was the guy. Like he was basically the guy. But I will say when we met the character Glorio, he didn't trust him. He was basically, a Goku's like conscious right there. Like Goku's much as I love Goku, he's not the best thinker right there. So I feel as though Supreme Court had to like warn him, but hey, let me tell you something about this guy. This guy is a little bit sus right there. And I also out of the new characters, I thought Gloria was cool because at first, he showed little to no emotion right there. But like
mhm.
as the series went on right there, he started, liking Goku, Pansy, the new character rangers, and Supreme Kai right there. Because I'll say this about Goku, right? A lot of people would say Goku doesn't have the best character development right there, which we can argue about that, but he's always had a big impact on people. Like impact on Krillin, Yamcha, Bulma, Master Roshi, Vegeta. You know, e- even though Gohan, even though this is Gohan, even Piccolo to a certain extent right there, like there's always been some respect factor on Goku right there. So I feel as though had it not been for Goku in the game right there, Glorio, I know we're like jumping around right now. Glorio probably wouldn't have made that much to turn back into your original forms right there. So
Original
I feel as
forms, yeah,
though
yeah.
we have to give Goku credit on his impact on a lot of people right there.
Yeah, no doubt. Now you gotta big up Goku for sure. This is the tricky thing about Dragon Ball's legacy, right? So the way that people view Goku in the West is different from how he's viewed like in Japan and things like that. And the reason why I say that is because people got to keep in mind when it was dubbed, they changed a lot of what Goku was saying. Like, for
Yeah, they did.
example, the original speech that he gave to Frieza, talk about like he's the voice of the voiceless. His shout out to CM Punk, but
Yeah.
saying like that, like
First of all,
that
CM Punk
was
was on a not a control. CM Punk was on the ground on the mic last night. Still
yo, that
going
was
at
one of the greatest promos of 2025. Oh my lord, he was that's a whole
you.
other
Oh
conversation.
yeah,
Whole
yeah,
other conversation.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, like the way they dubbed Goku, they've genuinely just made him seem like the good guy that you want to love. But Goku was never really that type of guy. Not to say he wasn't a good guy. Of course, he's pure of heart and all of that. But his whole thing was, I'm trying to scrap. I'm trying to fight. I'm trying to get stronger. Like you killed my friend, now I'm mad at you. It was never no. I'm the voice of the voiceless. I'm the hero to those in need. Nah,
Yeah,
you killed my man's, and now I want to kill you. Like that's
yeah,
literally what he was on. So when Dragon Ball Super got dubbed, and they dubbed Goku a lot more closely when compared to his Japanese sub counterpart, a lot of his lines remain the same. So
yep.
people were like, "Damn, why is he so stupid?" Or "Why is he so like clueless?" And I'm like, "Yo, that's kind of how Goku's always been." But again, I watched it dubbed and sub, so my view on it is a little bit different. But yeah, it goes back to what you were saying. Like Goku's not the character that you expect to change who he is. You know what I'm saying? That's not his thing. He's been this all his life. That's what he's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? But his impact, him just being true to himself and all of that, does impact everybody around him.
It does. It really does. And speaking of the new characters, right? We talked about Gloria right there. What was your thoughts on that guy, by the way? Like, I guess your thoughts on Glorio and Pansy. Like I said, I thought Gloria was cool. Like I said, obviously we knew that he was not on Goku's level in terms of strength right there, but I thought he was a chill guy. I wish they would have like explained more, his relationship with RNC right there because she was, oh, remember what time I want to help you right there? I'm like, okay, we're gonna skip past it. Like I feel so that's an important part to the story right there because he was working with her originally right there, but because she helped her out right there, I feel as though they kind of miss an important part as to why they were gonna get right there. I guess you're in the Pansy Girl, which I mean, the Pansy Girl was cool. Like she was basically like another Bulma, like the
Yeah,
Demon World's
basically.
Bulma, pretty
Yeah, yeah.
much.
Literally, literally. I like Pansy, man. Like you said, she's kind of like the Demon World's Bulma, or Chi. You could even say Chi Chi when she was a kid.
Pretty
Um,
much,
even though Chi Chi was obsessed with Goku, but that's a whole nother thing.
yeah.
But you know what I'm one of them dudes that when I watch anime or any type of animation, really, I'm obsessed with like the voice actors. Not obsessed. Obsessed is crazy, but I'm a fan of the voice actors, so I really listen. And
Absolutely.
I'm listening to Pansy's voice, and I'm like, yo, I swear I've heard this joint before. And I had to go look it up. And she's the person who voiced Pansy also voiced Power from Chainsaw Man. And I'm like, oh, that's that.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so I'm like, man,
Okay.
that made me really like the character.
Yeah.
My love of the character really didn't like. Again, I liked her from the series, but
Yeah.
once I learned somebody that I'm a fan of is a voice of a character, I like the character even
Yeah, I
more.
think
Like
I can agree to that. Yeah.
it was over with. I was definitely Team Pansy, man. Even though again she was typical, new character. She's not really doing much. She ain't out there fighting with
Yeah.
Goku and them, but
Like
like I like Pansy though. I like her a
listen,
lot,
you're
man.
not gonna see a whole lot of these new characters. We'll never say never, but like you're not gonna see a whole lot of them come back. I feel as though they might be, in Daima, and then that's it right there. Like you're not gonna see too much of them. But I will say these other characters that are pretty cool is that I'll remind you people, the Demon World, their Dragon Balls are different. It's 3 Dragon Balls that you need instead of 7 right there. And like Planet Namek, you need to know the password. And it's only one wish. You don't get 3 wishes, you get one wish right there. And so in the Demon World, the that Neva, that old Namek right there, he would reward his Namekians, the Dragon Balls. But you have people, corrupt people, using them for evil duties, right? So he created the Tamagis. Each one will guard a Dragon Ball, right? So in order to get a Dragon Ball, you have to defeat this Tamagis, right? And the first one, like I said, Dragon Ball pace is always a little bit slow. It's never like right away, bam, It
Yeah,
takes a little bit
yeah.
while to get to, the main action right there, right? So like I think it's on episode 8 or whatever right there, even though Goku and Glorio fought, it was cool. But like this was the actual first, I would say, real fight was Goku against that first Tamaki warrior. And
Hmm.
I said Goku's a kid right there, so clearly he's not at his full strength right there. But it was still a cool first fight though, especially when the Tamaki actually, moving fucking fast with the hammer right there. Because nobody you're like, okay, guys with the hammer, okay, you're not all that fast. But no, this guy was pretty fast. And the fact that Goku had to turn Super Saiyan in order to defeat this guy right there. So I feel as though the Tamaki guys were actually pretty cool right there, and they're very honorable right there. And then not only that, when you defeat them in the fight, you have to do the second test, and it's like it's a non-fight. It's like some type of like memorization skills and stuff like that, where the guy was like, okay, where's the Dragon Ball right there? So it's like I kind of like it because, like I said, it's not all about fight right there. You gotta use your brain as well too. So I kind of did like that. What was your thoughts on that first, fight with Goku and the Tamagi right there?
Um, I like the animation of it.
Oh yeah,
Now,
it was pretty great.
as far as like this is a habit of Dragon Ball that I've grown used to. But it is annoying to me that
Talk
like
about it.
where Goku and them start their fight, they're never serious. They're always just testing
Yeah,
shit out.
yeah,
They never just get right to it. So it
yeah,
makes me lose interest in the fight because it's like, bro, you're playing like, bro, lock in and get this over. You know what I'm saying? So, but
yeah,
that type of thing tends to happen whenever a series reaches a point where different forms are included. Because, I mean, Naruto suffers from the same thing. One Piece as well. Luffy will fight a character, and I mean, he fought Rob Lucci, and he was using certain modes, but he ain't tapping the gear
yeah.
fifth yet. And I'm like, bro, you could lock in now and just get this over with. You know what I'm saying? It's always
They
dope once
gotta
they
they
lock
gotta
in
build
and
up the
get it.
fight. Now they have the fight has to last long right there. They gotta build it up a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, and it just makes me feel as though, man, I don't need, I don't have a sense of like, damn, is he gonna win type shit? Like, is he gonna lose?
Yeah,
I don't have
yeah,
that sense because if you're not serious, you're not gonna lose. This is nothing. Like, but as far as the animation though, that's one thing that I will salute about Dragon Ball Daima. I feel like the animation was very, very fluid, real smooth. Even subtle things that they would do, like there was a moment where Goku was kind of cycling through all of his forms, and when he went from his base form to Super Saiyan, one thing I like that they keyed in on was like the change in the eyes before he even began the transformation, and that was
yeah.
dope. I like little things like that.
No, I agree. So I said it wasn't a quick information. It was like like the long process of transferring into Super Saiyan right there. Which, yeah, I agree with that as well. But like I said, Goku's never serious at first. Which yes,
Never.
I've learned to do
They
whenever they're there. I'm
playing.
like, I would rather him not do that, but I'm like, okay, I'm kind of used to it by now, right?
Mhm.
So I guess another thing that we see in the series was like, I guess things that we didn't see in original Dragon Ball Z is that Vegeta, when he fought the Tamagi, he actually turned into Super Saiyan 3. Or he called it his like what's it called? Like Vegeta like what did he call his form?
Ultra Vegeta Ultra One or some shit like some
Yeah,
weird shit. He
yeah,
just
something
called
like
it his
that
own
right
weird.
there. So like that
Yeah.
was cool to see. Like, okay, we never really got an actual canon Vegeta Super Saiyan thing. It was like, it was Super Saiyan 2, then let's go to Super Saiyan 4 right there. But I feel as though that was a pretty cool thing to see right there. So I'm like, okay, we never got that original right there. Cause I'm like, okay, it was dope. It was like, was it the greatest thing I saw? No, but like, it was still cool to see as a fan. And like, you know what? Vegeta actually has Super Saiyan 3 right there. Because it's like, I honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I, even though it was cool to see, I think Super Saiyan 3 looks better on Goku. Like, it was just weird to see
Oh
Vegeta with
yeah,
the
yeah.
long hair. I'm
No, no
like,
doubt.
that. I'm like,
Because his hair wasn't the typical Super Saiyan 3 long hair. It was different. It was a
yeah,
little bit different. What's interesting though that because I'm looking at it, I'm like, why is his hair still like that? Just bigger. I'm like, I don't know
yeah,
about that. But then when I was online and it turns out when Toriyama was drawing the comics still, that was the original draft of Super Saiyan 3. He originally intended it to look like that, but he switched it.
oh,
And I was like, oh shit. I'm like, all right, so
okay.
now it kind of it makes me respect him more for some reason. I mean, do I like it over Goku or Gotenks and Super Saiyan 3? Hell no.
No,
That
no,
long
no,
hair
no,
is crazy. That long hair is different.
no.
But I like that Vegeta's always been the character that kind of does things his own way. So for the form to be his own type of form, I like that. I'm not mad at that at all.
I think
Not
it's
mad
fair.
at it.
I think it was fair. It was a long time coming. Now, to see it as a
Facts.
kid at first, and I mean, I mean, like, Vegeta in his kid form scene, I'm like, okay. Granted, he did turn into an adult later on, and he actually used the form right there, but, like, it was still cool to see. I'm like, you know what? We never gotten it. We always wondered, can he actually turn to Super Saiyan 3 right there? I'm like, okay, he actually did right there, and that was another cool fight. Well, animation-wise. Like, we all know, like I said, Vegeta, but then again, Vegeta says, "Well, blame Kaga for always holding back." Vegeta was holding back too. It's like Vegeta, you can't
That's
be
that
hypocrite right
same
there.
shit. That's that classic anime shit,
Fans.
man. Main characters holding back. But again, with Vegeta Super Saiyan 3, it was a letter to the fans. You know what I'm saying? This was the we done seen all of the fan artwork of how Vegeta Super Saiyan 3 would look. Now you got it. Now they're gonna go crazy with the fan art, which I like that. Do your thing. You know what I'm saying? It's art, it's expressive and all of that. But yeah, like I said, this whole series, Dragon Ball Daima, was a letter to the fans. Dragon Ball has been on its victory lap. It's literally done it all, and it's saying, all right, this is what y'all want. Here you go. You guys wanted Broly canon? Here we go. A whole movie making him canon. Y'all love Frieza so much? I bet we bought him back twice. There you go. And gave him a new form. There you go. Bet y'all want new Super Saiyan forms? Boom. We gave y'all that by the pound. Y'all wanted Vegeta Super Saiyan 3? Wow, there you go.
We
And then
got
I'm not even gonna reveal the next Super Saiyan form. I'll let you do that. But you know the other form that popped in.
Yeah, we'll get into that very
Yeah.
soon right there. But another thing that I kind of look back at, like, okay, I don't see why they do that, is when Arensu went to that one magician that created Boo, and we got that little Boo mixed with like the Cyberman, which people don't know, the Cyberman back in Dragon Ball Z with this Saiyan arc with Vegeta and Nappa right there, and they fucking killed Yamcha, that classic death pose right there. But like, do you think there was any point for those, Cyberman Majin Buu fusion right there? Like, I was just like,
Right.
at first I'm like, oh shit, and then the guy turned to be some sorry fighter right there. Like, really, bro? Like the first one was sorry, the second one, what a chocolate. He was basically Majin Buu, like a kid version of Majin Buu right there. But I'm like, the guys, I'm just like, all right, like, if you're gonna,
It's just kind of a, not to cut you off, but it's just kind of a nod to like old shit, basically. Boo, you familiar with him and his powers and all that. The Cybermen, it's like, oh shit, Cybermen. I remember these fools. Like it's just a nod to old shit, kind of similar to Dragon Ball Super Heroes or whatever, where they had like the fake Cell. It's like a nod to, oh
yeah,
shit, Cell. Like you know what I'm saying? It's just a little hat tip to classic shit, but it's always interesting because it's like when you sit back and you see what Dragon Ball Daima was doing story wise. I'll even go back further and say Dragon Ball Super. Right? I will look at Dragon Ball Super and I'm like, this is what they decided to do. But I think it's funny that we can critique things like that and be like, man, if I was the creator, I would do this. But
yeah.
nigga, if I was the creator, I couldn't create something like Dragon Ball. That shit is like different. That boy
I'm
was
not no
like,
artist. I'm not no artist.
you feel
I
what
can't
I'm
talk
saying?
shit.
So it's always like I always critique with a great. I always,
I try to be
it's
respectful because I'm like,
difficult
I
to,
can't do what you
yeah,
guys can do right there. I know it's a lot of work
exactly.
right
I
there. It's
could
like
I could give my opinion, but it's easy to
being
like
respectful
if you're.
about
No, but my main point is like it's easy to take another nigga beat and rap over it when you ain't create the beat from scratch. You feel what I'm saying?
it.
It's like it's easy for me to say, hey, if I was writing Dragon Ball Super, I would do this instead. But I didn't create that word from scratch. But yeah, if I was doing Dragon Ball Daima or Dragon Ball Super, I would for sure like I would have brought back certain characters that people done forgot, or I think it would just make certain stories more interesting. Like one thing that they always kind of got on Toriyama about was the fact that he forgot Launch. I don't know if people remember Launch, but she was the girl
We
who
have not
sneezed
seen
and
her in a
turned
minute. The last time we
like
saw her was
Fib.
like the Majin Buu arc when she was raising her arms to help Goku defeat Kid Buu.
And when they interviewed him about it, he literally was like, "Yo, I ain't gonna lie, I forgot about it." Like, that's mad funny. Like,
And she was a funny character too.
I liked her. I was a fan of that character. But it goes to show you, like, as great as these people are who created the things that we love, they still human.
These they're
Because I
not
mean, the
perfect.
the man has drawn thousands upon thousands of pieces of art related to Dragon Ball. He drew the artwork to my favorite RPG ever, Chrono Trigger. Like the guy,
Yeah.
you gonna forget a couple things. It's like expecting rappers like Lil Wayne to remember the lyrics for certain songs. Like the man has written like millions of records. I wouldn't remember
No, I
certain
wouldn't
records.
either.
You
Like I
know what
said
I'm saying?
they're all human. Like I said, you have a lot of characters in the Dragon Ball Z universe right there. it's just too many. Like I can't remember all their names. I remember their faces, but like, well, actually, no. Dragon Ball Z, I know more. Their remember more of their names. When it comes to Bleach, I can't remember all their names. There's too many characters in Bleach. I can't remember their names right there. But Dragon Ball,
Mm.
yeah, like it's a lot. There's a lot of great classic characters from Dragon Ball that I want to see come back. I mean, never say never, but like I said, it'll be cool to see launch again right there. It really would be cool. Now, towards the end of the series, they actually do fight Goma. And here's the thing with Goma, right? This was the one thing I was a bit disappointed in is that they were claiming to be Goma as this big bad ruler, right? That obviously he wanted the evil eye. Evil eye grants you tremendous power, right? So
Mhm.
here was my issue with Goma, right? Goma was fighting all the characters with the evil eye, right? Now here's my thing. I'm not saying Goma. I didn't want to. I'm not saying Goma should use evil eye, right? But I want to see this first, right? Let me see how he can fight without using the eye at first. Like he was able to, hold off a little bit right there. I'm like, okay, you're holding off right there, but you need the evil eye to help you get your powers. Okay, that's fine, right? But from the start, he had the evil eye. So I'm like, okay, can you really not fight, or is that the evil eye from the start right there? You know what I'm saying? It's like, how am I supposed to take you seriously if from the start you use an automatic power up right there? You know what I'm saying? Because people say, "Oh, you're this big bad ruler." Well, you didn't. You use the handicap. Here's the handicap. So it's like, I can't take you seriously, but already use an item from the start right there. Like I said, I'm not saying you never should have used it, but it's like, okay, let me see how you are without it before you use it. Like, if you're able to, like, fight Goku and guys like that with no sweat, okay, fine. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. But, like, the fact that from the start, you had to use that evil, I'm like, well, damn, bro. Like, great. It was still a cool fight, but it's like I couldn't take the guy seriously. Now, maybe that's the idea. Maybe you're not supposed to take this guy seriously at all. But it's like, from the start using the evil eye right there, bro. Like
That's
I'm just
hilarious, man. Listen, I didn't expect much from bootleg Jiren. I didn't expect nothing. My man is literally wearing the same fit as Jiren. I was like, okay.
pretty much,
I was like, all right,
pretty
man. You do your thing. You double, triple, quadruple in size and get to swinging. Sure, like why not?
He didn't even a boot like Jir right there. Even I think even Kid Jir would put up a better fight
Why
than
not?
this guy.
Jiren would have clapped him for sure. Jiren would have clapped him.
Kid
But it's like
Jiren, like
and I don't. It's so funny. I don't know what the fetish is with recent Dragon Ball releases where they make the villain like quadruple in size and be matched. They did it with Cell in the fucking Dragon Ball Superheroes movie. They did it with this guy.
yeah,
I'm like,
like
what's that? What is that? Why are they
I
doing
don't
that
know.
all the time?
We're going to Power Ranger days right there. Megazord battle, some shit like
Yeah,
that.
I was like, what the fuck? I was like, okay, I guess, but yeah, again, it circles back to what we were saying before. Dragon Ball, what you see is what you get. You go into it expecting certain things, certain layers of like information or plot twists. You just gonna be disappointed. Dragon Ball did not come from that era. That's not where it's gonna go. So just watch it for what it is and enjoy it. It's like watching Power Rangers and not expect them to do super exaggerated moves when they transform or when they fight. It's Power Rangers. This is what they
Yeah,
do.
or the
Like
over dramatic jump and see like ah,
you know they're gonna jump and flip. You know they're gonna
yeah,
do it. That's how they jump into every
that's how
battle.
they
Like
do it. That's how they do it.
that's what it
That's how they
is,
do it
man.
right there.
Watch it and enjoy it for what it is, man.
All right,
That's
but
that's what I got to
yeah,
say.
we have to. But I guess the biggest surprise that I didn't see coming was seeing Super Saiyan 4 in this. That surprised me. Now, I think some people out there are not liking how he got it because he didn't transform himself. Like from Dragon Ball GT transformation to this transformation is different. Neva just gave this guy a power up, and next thing you know, he became Super Saiyan 4. So, okay, were you happy to see Super Saiyan 4, and were you happy of how he obtained it? I think that's the tongue of the Dragon Ball Zero right there, because people are happy to see it, but not happy how he got it. What was your take on that?
Listen, man. All right, so the original scene that we saw, we know the old Namekian came through and did his little trick, and next thing you know, we see Goku growing the tail, right?
Yeah. Handicap.
So I'm not mad at that, but we know the again. If you've never seen Dragon Ball Z, whichever, if you've never seen it, then you would be like, okay, this is different, but all right. But if you've seen it, you know at the end of the day, it all comes down to them either doing two things to achieve these forms. It's either they're training like hell or their rage brings out all of this power. We've seen it all the time. And
Yeah.
just because the Namekian did his little trick to kind of instigate the transformation in a sense, we knew they were gonna retcon it and be like, oh nah, he just trained mad hard and that's how he did
Yeah.
it. You know what I'm saying? It was we knew it was gonna be that, or it was gonna be his rage triggered that transformation. Take for example, I'm gonna bring it back to Gohan during the Buu saga when he was trying to pull out the sword to get the power, and the whole time it was the old man who was gonna unlock his potential. Okay, unlocks the potential. He goes to fight Super Buu, dumb, strong, whatever, whatever.
The reminiscence.
Fast forward,
This is tough. That was a
fast
tough time for me
forward
right
though,
there.
right? But so at that point, it's that form of him, Ultimate Gohan. That's the max form, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Fast forward to Dragon Ball Superheroes. My man get the raging, and now he unlocks this. What do they call it? Ultra Beast.
Beast.
Ultra Beast
I
Gohan.
liked it. For me, I liked it. I know Sparks didn't
No,
like it.
it's
I
it's
loved
not it's nothing wrong with liking it. But how did he unlock the form? That rage.
it. Right.
It's always gonna come back to either their rage or he's training. So bring it back to Dragon Ball Daima. Boom, old man does whatever, and Goku grows a tail, transforms. Cool. The end of the series, what did he say to Vegeta when Vegeta questioned him? Like, oh, so you just had that in the bag? He's like, yo, bro, after fighting Boo, I just trained like hell. I didn't think it would work though.
Yeah.
They bring it right back to the training. It's the Dragon Ball. It's literally what Dragon Ball does. You know what I'm saying?
Also,
So I wasn't like people arguing online about what the Mechian kind of helped him too. I'm like, bro, they're gonna retcon that and make it either it was his rage for the situation that triggered it, or I knew it was coming. I knew it was on the way. So I was not shocked at all. I didn't see that moment where the old man came up and do what he did. I didn't view it as, oh man, this nigga just gave him the cheat code. I knew they was gonna do something. The cheat code is really them saying Saiyans just train like hell and transform. That's the real cheat code.
and that really is because I mean, Goku trained hard to get Super Saiyan 2 in the Netherworld. He trained hard to get Super Saiyan 3 right there. He didn't use the race; he just trained for that right there. And honestly, when you look back at Super Saiyan 4 and GT, he wasn't real. Was it really a rage when he got Super Saiyan 4 because it was Pam's tears, and he remembered his family and everything like that. So he wasn't rage when he got Super Saiyan 4.
Very true. But keep in mind, Toriyama really ain't have much to do with GT. So
Yeah, 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 yeah.
that ain't the true Dragon Ball recipe
Yeah,
right there.
it's not. It's not. So it's like y'all
That
can't
ain't
be
the true
mad at this
recipe.
Dragon Ball transformation when Dragon Ball GT wasn't the same either. So it's like you can't have it both ways. But I still enjoyed seeing it. I'm a fan of Super Saiyan 4. Like
Yeah.
that was one of the few things I liked about GT.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay,
That's my favorite form of Super Saiyan. Honestly,
yeah, it
I
was for
love
me.
that form. Love the form,
But
man. And I
here's what,
even like the fact that they, not to cut you off, but I like the fact that even his movements was more ape like when he was in that form.
yeah.
I like that. I like that completely.
Here's the one thing that I didn't see people talking about this, but remember in GT when Goku would turn Super Saiyan 3, the body could not maintain that form. And here in Dragon Ball Daima, his body kid form was able to maintain Super Saiyan 3 and Super Saiyan 4 for that matter, right there. So it's like, okay, they're learning the mistakes from GT. We're not gonna have it in Daima right there. So the fact that he was able to maintain the Super Saiyan 4 and that kid form for a little bit right there, I liked it. Like that was a very cool thing to see right there.
That's a good that's a pretty decent take on it actually. I looked at it like Toriyama. I think he doesn't even consider GT a thing. So he's like, fuck well, whatever they did to GT,
Yeah,
that's cap.
we didn't.
Like
GT never
over
happened.
here, he can maintain that form. Don't worry about
Never
that.
happened.
That's how I looked at it personally.
Yeah, it was right there. It
Uh,
was, but no, I said it was cool to see, and then he had at the adult version as well too. And I gotta say, man, that Kamehameha wave in that form. First, it was the silence, and they did the command wave right there. I thought it was great animation right there when he did the command wave and just shot Goba through the chest right there. I'm like, oh shit! Like I thought it was cool to see. Like I I don't have complaints about it.
Yeah, that definitely brought back the energy of original Dragon Ball in terms of like people forget original Dragon Ball when Goku was a kid, he was out here killing shit. I'm talking he was literally like my man was killing he ran through the Red Ribbon Army and was literally killing a lot of them. Like
Bro,
he was
yeah,
on that type of timing. So I like that they brought back that energy of like the blast going straight through homie. You know what I'm
I mean, you
saying?
see how he killed King Piccolo?
Yeah, come on, man.
You see
Come
how he killed
on.
King
You done
Piccolo
seen
right
it.
there? That was
You done seen
beautiful.
it, man.
That
My
was
boy
beautiful right
punched
there.
straight through that boy. I like that, man.
Okay, it's like, oh, you think we think we kid stuff right there? No, 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 no. We're taking it back right there. We're gonna go like not all the way, but like we're gonna show you like, okay, we get a little bloody on our hands right there too, right there. So like, I mean, that was cool. To obviously it was not to kill him because they had to like smack the guy in the back of his head 3 times, to get the evil eye. But did you like the fact that it was that little kid Majin Cyberman was able to what that was the guy who was able to like stop the evil eye from Goba? Did you like that, or would you prefer Goku or Vegeta doing that final blow to that guy Paul's?
No, I don't mind it because that's again, this is Dragon Ball. Like
Exactly.
Dragon Balls. Listen, we come from an era where Vegeta literally could have died by the hands of Krillin, and Goku's like, nah, chill, let him breathe. Like, and as a kid, I'm watching, I'm like, yo, y'all gonna let the ball head kill him? Like,
Yeah,
you would expect it would be Goku or Gohan, but no, it was about to be Ballhead unless Goku stopped it. So it was kind of reminiscent of that, except they really went kind of through with it with the Majin Buu Cyberman looking fusion thing. But yeah, I wasn't too that wasn't something that bothered me. That wasn't something that bugged me at all.
now here's the one thing too. When I go back to what you say, when Vegeta said, "Oh, you had the Super Saiyan for all this time, right?" But the question: do you know as to why it wasn't ever mentioned in Dragon Ball Super? Because like I said, this takes place before Super. Why have the transformation now, but you didn't use it in Super? Like, do you have any? I mean, I don't know if you have an answer to that, but I'm just like, do you have like a guess as to the reason why they never mentioned it in
My
Super?
my guess is this, as I said before, it's literally a victory lap for Dragon Ball. A lot of the things that they do, there's no logic behind it. It's
True.
literally this is what y'all want here. You know what I'm saying? Like to if anything, like I said before, Dragon Ball Daima has left more questions than it gave answers. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So
Oh,
now the
absolutely.
eternal question before Daima was a thing was which form is stronger, Super Saiyan Blue or Super Saiyan 4? Now that's gonna still leave that question: which form
Yeah.
is stronger, Super Saiyan 4 or Super Saiyan Blue? So it's not once you start going down that rabbit hole of Dragon Ball, you just become one of them angry internet fans that really try to dissect which form is stronger
It's
between
too
whatever, and
much.
it's like, bruh, literally just watch it for it as an enjoy it. If you want to have those conversations, great. That's I'm not mad
Yeah.
at that. But I can tell you, once I learned that Akira Toriyama literally forgot his characters, he forgot about he did a poster, like a promotional poster for Dragon Ball. Like around the time he started doing Super in the movies and all of that, and he did the color of Android 18's hair purple. The man forgot the girl's color hair. So I'm like, yo, you really expect this? You really expect like a super logical explanation for these type of things? I'm like, nah, Dragon Ball doesn't come from that. Like, that's not
Yeah.
its thing where everything is super logical. It's just to make you. It's something that's supposed to be fun. You're supposed to enjoy what you're seeing. You know what I'm saying? You could cry a little bit when you see Vegeta about to die at the hands of Frieza. You could, you know what I mean, smile when you
Yeah.
see Gohan finally unlock his potential. But just enjoy it for what it is. Once you go down that rabbit
Exactly.
hole,
Yeah.
you
It's like
might
you
as
say,
well just start doing drugs.
if you put too much thoughts into it, you're gonna be like, you're not gonna enjoy it right there. Like I said, this is for the fans. And after talking to you about it, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, don't ask questions. Just enjoy it for what it is right there. Like I said, I enjoyed it. Is it the best thing I've seen right there? No, but it was still cool to see, to get a Dragon Ball in this. how I would say, I guess you can still consider Super this generation, but like with the level of animation and visuals that we have right now, it was still cool to see, that
Oh yeah,
representation of Dragon Ball Z right there. So like I like it. I will watch anything Dragon Ball today I die right there. And like I said, it
yeah.
was an enjoyable season. It was cool.
Sure. Yeah, it was cool for what it was, man. Enjoy it for what it was. That's what I got to say to people who haven't seen it or people who are thinking about seeing it. If you're a Dragon Ball fan, just go into it expecting Dragon Ball things to happen. Do not expect a super dynamic storyline with a bunch of plot twists and a bunch of death. That's not where Dragon Ball specializes in. You know what I'm saying? And even
Yeah,
if they die, they would come back. So
yeah, exactly,
that's not what that does. You go
exactly.
into it expecting that, you're gonna disappoint yourself. And I'm alive.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
say I did like the presentation of Super Saiyan 4 better in this because like it's more red. I kind of like that in this one right there. And I think that in the future I would like to cosplay as Super Saiyan 4 Goku. That's definitely like a goal of mine right there.
Hey, hey, listen, you in the gym, so you can pull it off.
And man, say they work they train, right? I gotta train myself too right there. I gotta be like I said, I gotta train. I gotta train my ass off against
Man,
what thing Saiyans do? They like to fight. They like to work hard. Like Vegeta and Goku train every fucking day right there. That's what I respect about those two. Like it's training outside with those two guys. Like they want to be the best. Like I said, it's
no
like
doubt,
where
no
it says,
doubt.
I wake up, everybody else is fucked. You had your time.
Mhm. Ah,
And when I wake up, it's my time right there.
one of my favorite clips ever. That
I
boy
love
said,
that
"You're
clip
all
right there,
fucked."
man.
That boy, the
I'm
tribal
like,
chief.
damn. Like, yo, he was. You think about this too. Robert Reyes was like, they were trying to figure out what to do with that guy. But when he turned heel, his career just went up right there, bro. Like, he was one of the best heels I've seen.
Oh
Like, he
yeah,
was
for
a great
sure.
heel.
Legendary run, man. Legendary run. And it was for a short time, but people forget like some of the best runs in wrestling were for a short time. Stone Cold Steve Austin run was really from like 98 till 2001, 2002. It was a short run,
It
but
was a short run
it
because
was
2003 is when they started like going, like the injuries started coming ahead of it and stuff like that. So, like, it was a very
98
short
was
run.
when he really the Austin era really started. And like 2001, 2002 was when
Yep.
it ended. So
Yeah.
yeah, man.
But,
Salute
but
to Roman.
yeah, but before we head up out of here, right? Like I said, we talk about, like I said, all of our main points that we want to talk about through Dragon Ball Daima. What was your take on John Cena going heel?
One of the best heel changes of all time. Oh my god. I was literally watching that shit on my computer and I saw once Cody Rhodes said what he said to the Rock and the audience is cheering. John Cena hugs him and he makes this facial expression to the
Never
Rock. And
seen ever.
I said, ain't no way. I said, there's no fucking way this is about to happen. Yo, he kicked him in his ball. I said, oh my God, they did it. 20 years later, they did it.
Yeah.
It's hurt this man heel. But it was such a it's reminiscent of like Shawn Michaels betraying his teammate, Hulk Hogan bash at the beach, Stone Cold shaking Vince McMahon's hand at WrestleMania was 17, I believe.
Oh
It's
yeah, one of the best
very
WrestleManias
reminiscent
ever.
of that. Oh, it's
That
dog wrestling
yeah.
now. And this is the thing that I say with wrestling fans. Wrestling fans don't know how to sit and just be patient and let the story play out. Just let the story play. I get it. Some stories you watch and you let play out and it just turns out to be some poop. I get it. But dog, Triple H has been on point. He is given WrestleMania 40. If it wasn't for WrestleMania 17, that's my favorite WrestleMania of all time because my favorite match
I
ever
think a lot
was
of
in
people
that
could
joint.
agree with you on that. That's if it's not your favorite, it's definitely in the top 10.
My favorite match ever is in there. So I just have that's my WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But WrestleMania 40 is easily top five WrestleManias ever. Everything that culminated in
Yeah, and
that
then Philly
WrestleMania
too.
is
Shout out to
just
Philly.
like, come on, bro. Like,
But here's what's great
no.
about it, though. It's unexpected. Triple H is not making
That's
it
what
be
I'm
predictable.
saying.
It's unexpected because I was expecting Rhea Ripley to lose her title last night.
Dog,
I wasn't
I had
expecting
to
that.
hit Gene. I hit Gene like, yo, bro, you seeing this? This is crazy. Like,
I did not
dog,
expect that.
Let the story play out, and we'll see what happens, man.
Honestly, this is just me. Maybe I'm only guessing. Maybe for WrestleMania, maybe for the women, it could be a fatal four because we still have no explanation as to why Jay went after Naomi, and I'm pretty sure she wants to get Bianca too. Fight Bianca, and I'm sure everyone is not happy with her title being lost right now. If you get those four goes in a fatal four way right there, I mean, I'm only speculating. I'm only guessing. I don't have any inside information right there, but it's just a guess right there. 'Cause I feel so these four powerless women right there, I feel so that could be a possibility right there. And also with John Cena and Cody, is going to be just those two, or like are they adding more people to the mix right there? I don't know.
It could be CM Punk. You heard him talking crazy. It could be like a fatal four way with him, John Cena, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins, or even Drew McIntyre. It's a lot. There's a lot of
It's a
options. There's a
lot. Like
lot
I
of
said, we
ways they
don't
could
know.
go.
We don't know.
With
That's the
John
beauty
Cena
about it.
being heel, it opens up so many other possibilities. Like it's
And
wrestling is fucking dope, man.
I wish I know his wish of thinking, but like if you ever get the Doctor Thuganomics Cena back, that'll
That
be
would
yo.
be
I'll be
amazing.
like yo. I'm just
That'd be
like,
amazing.
but I think he's gonna be a very good heel right there because I love The Rock. Just as a fan, I love him as a baby face, but he's a great hero. This is his best heel work ever. Like no,
Rock as a heel is like that's his best
this is
stuff,
his
man.
best heel work ever. Like the Hollywood Rock was funny, but this final boss Rock heel is just on another level right there. Like he is on another level right there. And I'm like, bro, man, I love C as a face more, but like your heel is just like chef's kiss right there. Like, I can't say anything bad about it.
His best work is as a heel. Hollywood Rock was the best thing ever.
It was, yeah. I gotta agree. I got it right there. But yeah, folks, I think you're about it right there. Pretty much talk about our main points of Dragon Ball Daima right there. Like I said, our final words is just enjoy it for what it is. Like, don't ask yourself too many questions right there because it's not for that. Like I said, it's what Kaiser said. Dragon Ball Z, or I keep it on Dragon Ball Z, but Dragon Ball series, like, it's not meant for like great storytelling right there. It's just for the action, the fighting, like things don't make sense in the Dragon Ball universe, and that's okay right there, right? Like Dragon Ball is not known for stuff like that. Once you once you get that stuff out of your head right there, you enjoy it for what it is right there. Like I said, is this the end of Dragon Ball? No, we're gonna have more Dragon Ball Z things to come right there. But like from it got right there, it was pretty cool. Like I enjoyed it. Like I said, it was cool to see Super Saiyan 4. It was cool to see Vegeta turn Super Saiyan 3. The Demon Realm was cool and stuff like that, but like a lot of these new characters we're probably not gonna like remember in the future. Like,
Yeah, throwaways, some
yeah,
throwaways for sure.
I think the only coolest one you always say is Glorio. Like, that's the only one you can really say. And not to say that he's gonna be back, but it's like everybody else. It's like, we'll see you guys in the next. I don't know. Yeah, I don't really see you guys ever again.
The next time Goku throws up a spirit bomb, we'll see y'all in the cut raising our hand next to lunch. We'll see.
Exactly,
We'll
exactly,
see.
yeah, exactly, right there. But yeah, man, before we go right here, there in the description box, I have vibes or everything link. Be sure subscribe to these guys right there on their YouTube and Twitch. They stream on Twitch like y'all stream on Twitch like almost every day. It seems like.
Yes, sir, man. Almost every day. VOE_gaming, man. Give us a follow on Twitch. We are on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. All of those is v.o.e.podcast. You feel me? Rock with us. And, we link up with Knuckles every now and again and, run up that Marvel. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? We long overdue for Mario Party and Mario Kart, but we gonna make that
we
happen.
are,
We gonna
we
make
are.
that
And like I
happen.
said, their podcasts they talk about like life, anime right there. So just be sure to follow those guys right there. They're funny as hell, and we'll never be looking up at DreamCon. Like that's a must right there.
Yes, sir. It's
That's a
going
definitely right
down.
there. Houston, Texas, a little bit early. I mean, it's still gonna be hot, but like in May and the June right there. I mean, it's gonna be the biggest one right here.
Yes, sir. It's gonna be the biggest joint, man.
It's
Tap
gonna be big
in.
right there. It's gonna be right there, very lucky. I think tickets are still available.
I thought they did the final drop already, didn't they?
They
Well,
did,
no,
but
they may actually still have some. I remember one of them was tweeting that they still may have more drops coming. So yeah,
Yeah, so if you haven't
cop
got
up
it,
if y'all ain't there, man. We gonna be there. VOE podcast. That boy Knuckles gonna be there, man. Cop up,
yes,
cop
sir.
up,
And
man.
and hopefully this Saturday, you'll be here for Mario Kart. I know you got work and stuff like
Yeah,
that. But hopefully
hopefully,
be there. Hopefully they realize
hopefully,
that, you
man.
guys. You subscribe to me, subscribe to him, and it's followed on my Twitch right there. Like I said, man, we all want to be successful right here, right now. It's not just me; it's everybody right here. So like, please be sure to do that right now. And you'll see. This won't be the last time you see Kaiser. This will not be the last time. We have a lot more videos. Like I said, there's a lot more anime we got to talk about as well. There's Solo Leveling. You been watching that also Leveling?
Horse, got to. It's only
All right.
right.
See, that one's been good. What else is going on right now? So Leveling, Sakamoto Days. That's been okay. Like I didn't love it,
Yeah,
but it's been
I like
okay right there.
Sakamoto days. Yeah,
Like I said, there's still plenty of anime to talk about on this channel right there. You guys, please stay tuned right there. They appreciate that. But yeah, guys, folks, that's gonna be it for tonight. Like I said, subscribe to our channel right there. We'll see you guys in the next video. You guys take care. Peace.
salute, blessings.